Hey guys, we're back with Magic the Gathering Duels of the Planeswalkers 2015!
Whoa, that was so hyped.
Yeah, I know. I felt like, I would go like the full range.
Well done.
Show off my Freddie Mercury skills,
Mm-hmm.
Show off your Freddy Krueger skills. Do you have any of those?
I have a lot of Freddy
Can you
Krueger skills.
invade my dreams?
Show off your Freddie Fontaine skills.
Who's Freddie Fontaine?
Freddie Fontaine, the famous
invented the fountain.
sherbet maker.
Oh.
He invented the soda fountain.
What about Freddie Fontina, who invented Fontina cheese?
That cheese
What about
sucks.
Freddie Got Fingered, the famous fingerer?
I thought he got fingered.
He fingered and got fingered. It was a, dual approach.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Freddie really did much fingering, now that I think about it.
In that, yeah, no, he didn't really get fingered very often in that film.
Didn't he, like,
which
jack off a horse or something, though?
He might have jacked off a horse, yeah. That's a possibility. Well,
they should have called it Freddie Jacked Off a Horse. I would watch that movie way more than Freddie Got Fingered.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, having browsed the internet for, like, 23 years, I probably have seen Freddie...
Jack off a horse?
Yeah, I've probably seen it. Like,
all right.
I don't remember it because it's probably a repressed memory, but, I mean, I'm sure I have.
Why would Tom Green want to do that in his movie? You could just choose not to.
Yeah, but, like, he chose to...
Wait, why is that even a thing that's allowed to be showed in a movie? That's just straight up bestiality. That's illegal.
Jacking off a horse?
Yeah.
Yeah. Rules were a little bit different when we were younger, though, actually.
Yeah, dude.
Really?
You remember how Airplane got away with having boobs in a PG movie?
Mm-hmm.
I don't. How did they
That
do
happened.
that?
It just happened. It was the sign of the times, man.
Are you
Okay,
using a new
somehow.
deck here, Bear?
Yeah, I built a new deck finally.
That's cool.
Uh-huh.
Wait a minute.
You should get Austin to do that.
I just
Oh, yeah,
realized
I'm
Austin's not here.
Yeah, I know. We don't have to play with Viscopa Guildmage looming over our heads at all times.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Fucking Viscopa Guildmage.
Quality of my life is just like skyrocketed.
Yeah, because we all actually hate Austin as well as something that we're not saying.
Oh, now I feel like this is just a conversation that happens about me every time you guys do it.
It does.
No, pretty much, yeah. It's pretty much the topic of conversation every single time.
Ooh, I hate that thing.
Yeah, that's not a great thing out of all things that I've seen.
It's fine.
I want it to be gone.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, well, if you make it gone, I'll make you gone. How's
Wow.
that?
Jeez.
That's next level.
It got violent real fast.
Hot damn, guys.
Yeah, guys, damn.
Hot guys, damn. Damn, look at those hot guys.
Oh, look at all those hot guys. Damn.
Damn.
Alright, so things we've talked about so far. Hot guys, jerking off a horse. Anything else you want to add?
Well, I mean, really, that's kind of like a prerequisite for a guy being hot is like, can he or can he not jerk off a horse effectively? The effectively is really the most operative part of that sentence.
How can you not jerk off a horse effectively?
Oh, let me tell you. You certainly can.
Son,
jerk
let me
off
tell
a
you a
horse
story.
ineffectively. I know from personal experience.
I think there's really only one prerequisite, and that's if the horse gets off. After
Yeah.
that, it's really all just kind of up in the air.
What if the horse after like an hour is like, hey, I got like work in the morning.
You think it takes an hour?
It might.
Horses don't have time for that shit. They like to run in the woods.
They do like to run in the woods. That's a good point. Do horses exist in the woods?
I don't know that, actually.
Do horses exist in the wild anymore?
They
Probably in, like,
do.
Spain.
I think
or something.
every horse is domesticated.
Mm,
Not
maybe.
the
That's
Sunday
not true.
horse.
I'm sure there's a few, at least.
There's probably just one lone horse. It's like the legend of all horses. Horses gather around in the stables and tell tales of Freddy, the legend
Again?
horse.
Oh,
Freddy?
the one he got fingered.
He got fingered.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, I
So
was
it's
bringing that
actually
back.
a horse that's jerking off other horses.
Oh, wow.
See, that's how they got away with it. It's not bestiality if they're of the same species.
Mm-hmm.
That's just nature. That's just beautiful.
I saw
no,
a
that's
Canadian
true.
man, but I guess he was just camouflaged.
That's good.
What?
I like Canadian camouflaged men. Personally. Big fan.
This is an outrageous array of goblins you've already amassed. Right?
Yeah, like, sometimes this happens.
We
with
lost the
Goblin
game of
deck.
Dota, is actually what happened.
I don't think so. It's not as dire as it was that other game.
Dire
Like,
Tide?
yeah, it wasn't. It's not Dire Tide.
Dire Mall?
Yeah.
Darth
I wonder if
Maul?
they're gonna do
Diretide.
Diretide this year. They're probably not.
I don't know what that is.
It's dire and it gives tides.
Why would you want to attack me with all that shit?
I kind of have to with that one thing, and then also, you know, it's kind of the goblin thing.
Makes me angry.
I
Kinda
think
do
Tide
goblin
Bleach
things.
is upset about Diretide.
I didn't hear what you said. What was
Tide Bleach?
Yeah, I
Tide-
think
oh.
Tide, the detergent company, is upset about the use of the name Diretide.
that? Oh, okay. Actually, you know what was really funny is during the whole Diretide debacle,
Debacle.
So, by the way, in case people don't know, Diretide was like this event that happens around Halloween.
Hollywood.
Hollywood swingers. But no, it happens around Halloween in Dota, and one year Valve wasn't gonna do it, but they didn't say anything about it. They just didn't do it, and people got really pissed off. And there was this meme going around that was Volvo please.
What?
Just because. And then eventually when Diretide rolled around, people just started spamming the Volvo Facebook page and like all of their social media being like, Volvo please gift Diretide. And
Oh, no.
and Volvo eventually was like, what the fuck is going on? Like what
They actually tweeted that from the official Volvo account.
Exactly. And eventually Volvo, like on the the official Volvo fucking Twitter page or one of their social medias were like, hey, Valve, just give them Diretide. It's like- yeah. So it was a
Really
good time.
Volvo's like, I don't know what your nerd shit's all about, but could you just give him that thing so they'll shut up?
Yeah.
There's an Xfinity ad going
that's
on
fine.
Twitch now that pretty much represents gamers as losers that live with their mothers.
Oh, good.
That's good.
So that's like great job saving face,
Yeah.
Xfinity, with your like target core audience. Just insult them heavily.
Target
Yeah.
core.
Like, other companies could probably get away with that because they'd be like, self-aware humor, funny. But Comcast is universally hated. It'd be like if the freaking douche kid in your neighborhood
God.
threw a party and didn't invite anyone just to be like, you guys aren't cool enough. And then was just crying by himself with all of his money. That's Comcast.
That is basically Comcast all over. God, I can't wait till Google comes to town and fucks everyone's shit up. It's gonna be.
What did you even
That's
do to
gonna
my
be
card?
intense.
I made it so that it can't block.
I
Huh.
hate this.
Yeah, yeah.
I just want to fucking win.
Oh, did you took the hit?
Wow.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god.
You know, you could have blocked one of those.
Who cares?
Fair enough.
Those are scary.
Oh, because it's Scavenger Drake. I didn't realize it was Scavenger Drake.
Damn,
I thought it
goblins
was
are
another one of
scary.
those blister beetles.
I wish you didn't know it was Scavenger Drake and that helped me somehow.
Also, like, I know what your deck does, so I'm afraid of you, and I don't know what Bear's deck does, and I'm equally afraid of him, but I also know that you'll hit me if I hit Bear.
You're not equally afraid, or you would have attacked him.
Well, yeah, I'm not equally afraid of his deck. I don't know what his deck does.
It's a new one.
Blissful
Yeah, it's
ignorance.
new. Yeah. What does this thing do?
Oh, that's shiny.
That's
Yeah.
creepy.
Is it a man holding a baby?
Is
Is
it a
it?
baby holding a man?
Oh yeah, is it a baby holding a man?
It could be a baby holding a man.
That's a pure face swap right there.
It's insane. It's crazy mode Dota.
Yeah, you're right. That is a lot like mode in
We're
Dota.
gonna do that.
Alright.
Go ahead and let that happen.
Yeah, I can't really do anything about it. Personally.
It's basically a mode in Dota, though.
Yeah, it's Dota. It's Dota.
Who's playing Dota?
Yeah, there's probably a few people playing Dota.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Dota 2015. Dota of the Planeswalkers, Tiny Tina's Testicular Torsion Edition.
All we do is say Dota in this show.
Give Torsion, Valve.
Oh god, please don't give any torsion. I don't want any torsion ever in my life.
Gabe Newell, please give me Torsion.
Well, all right. If Gabe Newell was going to do it, I mean, if anything to get on that guy's.
All right,
good
if you had to
side,
choose
I might
one
consider
gaming celebrity to give you testicular torsion, who would it be and why?
it. I didn't hear a word you just said.
God damn it.
Yeah, I love these headphones.
Welcome back to Rob Needs to Get a New Pair of Goddamn Headphones 2015.
Yeah, I guess I do. I just have so many other things that I have to buy as well, so it's like PAX tickets and shit.
How many more PAX shows do you have to go to?
And the PAX Prime.
That's one.
Yeah, and then, you know,
That's it.
I have to, well, also, I'm kind of getting Maul to come visit me in New York,
Uh-huh.
so...
That's not a PAX show. You can't.
That's
pass it
okay,
off
that
as
one's
PAX.
not...
Different
that doesn't count
category.
as PAX, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's a good point.
IRS comes knocking on your door if you try to write off girlfriend trip as a business expense, yo.
Mm-hmm.
I made that fatal mistake. Ooh.
They did my weight.
It's not gonna save
It's
me
only
though.
one. That's pretty nice. Nick's got a lot of options.
You say that as if I don't have 2 health.
You got some cards, though.
All right, I've got cards. I'm
cards.
still dead.
This isn't exactly what I wanted.
If you want, you could change your... you could go the Matt Has Games route with your channel. You can call it Nick's Got Cards.
Why?
Yeah? That's
Kind of sounds like a disease, though.
Yeah. Matt has cards, games.
Matt has shingles.
Matt has shingles.
Not good.
We got to rip in on him all day today, man.
Yeah, he
Did you?
slept too much.
Mm-hmm.
Can you believe that, Rob? Freaking guy slept until like 2:30 in the afternoon. We had a
Yo,
scheduled
how long
stream.
do you sleep without an alarm normally, Rob?
Well, I actually slept till like 4 today.
Yeah, but like the amount of hours.
10-ish, probably.
Okay.
Maybe
That's-
less.
I get like 6 if I'm lucky.
Really?
Yeah, I wake up a lot. Sucks.
Huh.
See, that's the thing for me, is that I can't sleep, like, early.
I'm dead
but
no matter what I do.
Yeah, you are. But, I can't sleep early?
Oh, I can't block that thing?
You can.
Oh, wait, I picked the wrong thing.
Oh, I should have blocked
There we
the
go.
death touch. The 11-2, so I could have at
Shit.
least killed it. Oh,
No, you
sorry,
can't.
Bear.
Can't block that
one, Yeah.
because I didn't attack you with it.
Oh, no?
Who's got
Oh,
death
no,
touch?
You didn't. No, it looked like the
it's-
line was
it's
coming out of
death
it,
touch,
but
yeah.
it was going from another one.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute. Makes it look like I have more to block with, and then I die.
Oh, it's got first strike.
Yeah.
Oh, well. I had to do it anyway.
Yeah, no, you did.
It's all good.
Lost the game of Dota.
Doto 2. You guys do anything fun recently?
Not
Played
really.
some Dota.
Did you?
No, I haven't played Dota since the one time that we were pretty intoxicated. And
that's
you... I think it was you and Josh
Maybe.
tried to get me into playing Dota.
He played as Keeper of the Coddle, right?
Keeper of the
Probably.
Coddle's the best kind of coddle, in my opinion. That's gonna hurt.
That's 5.
Yeah, that's 5 damage.
Yeah, last night I tried to play Bloodborne, but actually what I did was do 3 hours of troubleshooting and then found out my Elgato's broken or something, so... Yeah,
Oh, that sucks ass.
that was really frustrating, because there were like 400 people that wanted to watch me play Bloodborne, and then I didn't get to play Bloodborne at all. And then by the time I was done with all the bullshit, it was like 3:30 in the morning, and I couldn't keep my eyes open, so I started to make a character, and then I fell asleep.
That'll do it.
So, yeah, when you asked, did you do anything fun, like, that's what came to mind. I wouldn't say that was fun.
That's fair.
You just go like...
Really just wanted to play Bloodborne.
You just go like this. Oh, you have to attack with all those goblins. Okay, I was wondering
Yeah,
what your
yeah.
general strategy is here.
Mhm.
Oh, no. What is this? What was that thing that you did?
I did this thing.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
That's a thing I don't particularly enjoy.
Yeah, no, that's fair. But I think... Oh, no. Yeah, I'm fine.
Yeah.
That's good.
We're good.
All right. Oh man, I'm happy that I'm fine after that one because I could have died after that.
Yeah, we'll do that. Okay. Kind of worried. I think this is a closer game than I'm giving it credit for.
It's pretty close, yeah.
Okay.
It's pretty hardcore. You know, I was really cynical about Bloodborne before it came out, and I started watching some people playing Bloodborne, and it looks really fucking good.
I've heard really good things
like
about it.
Really, really good.
It's just all of the signs should have added up to a mediocre to bad game, but it seems like they really lucked out on this one.
Well, I mean, I guess this is Miyazaki's Dark Souls 2.
Right, I know people keep saying that, but it doesn't matter. Any one person can be responsible for any one thing. There's more people than just the one person. They'll screw it up. People screw stuff up all the damn time now. It's very rare that people don't screw stuff up.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm just saying everything comes with this, pretty healthy dose of skepticism, and, well, it should anyway, and I don't think it does very often. I don't know why I'm actually sounding this salty about it, because I'm happy the game's good. I'm just saying everyone should have really suspected it would be bad.
I don't like that you just played Inferno Titan.
I don't know.
That's not a happy thing.
What's that?
I don't like that Inferno Titan was just played.
Yeah. That's
right.
fair. Goodbye, Bear.
Yep, I'm dead.
Yeah. I fucking hate these piece of garbage headphones. Jesus fucking Christ. Oh God, they're back. Goblins!
Hey!
Yeah!
Woo!
I wish I could have more goblins, though. Honestly, there's not enough goblins in this game.
It's not enough to win. I want to win more.
Yeah. Honestly, though, like Bear probably would have beat me if he hadn't blocked that attack that I did.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess I probably would have been better off with keeping my dudes out.
I'm glad you did block, because if you didn't block, then you had 10 damage on me that I would have been tapped out, and I would have just died, and you would have survived that attack. So,
oh yeah, I didn't think that through.
Yeah, so I'm glad.
All right,
We played a short game of Magic. That's fine.
That happens. That's not that short. I mean, that was like 17 minutes.
Whoa.
I know, right? Crazy.
That's longer than 5.
So, Nick, my headphones died the entire time you were talking about Bloodborne, but I assume you said you loved it and you thought it was amazing.
Yeah, I said some things that maybe were a little too heated and impassioned. I shouldn't have said all those things, but
do you not like Bloodborne currently?
No, I don't actually have an opinion about the game because I still haven't really played it beyond the character creator, but what I was saying is that people should have been more skeptical of it based on all of the signs that we were given.
I was very skeptical of it, but, I mean, having watched people play it, it looks really fucking good. I mean, in just the monster design alone, it is so much cooler than Dark Souls 2. Like, the first boss, which I don't know, should I mention?
Don't spoil it, because this freaking just came out yesterday.
Yeah, no, I won't. Well, he was in, if you ever watched any gameplay videos, then you would have already seen him, but he's really cool looking. I won't tell you what he's called or what he looks like, but it's really fucking cool. And the boss fights are like multi-phased, and there's like, and they're actually like cool phases. And just, like I said, the monster design alone is just really fucking cool. And whereas, like, Dark Souls was a lot of just, like, zombies with swords and stuff. Or Dark Souls 2, rather.
Suits of armor, mostly.
Yeah.
Are there a lot of, like, the same werewolf fight that's resolved through a QuickTime event that you fight, like, 6 times in the game, and it's exactly the same animation? A lot of that?
No, none of that.
No. Wow.
Is there a QuickTime event in Dark Souls or Dark Souls 2?
No, I'm referencing the order.
I get you.
I really like to beat up that game because it fucking pisses me off.
I saw someone in one of the Twitch chats watching someone play Bloodborne, and like someone was like, "Hey, within 5 minutes of this game, there are already more werewolves in this than in the Order."
Oh yeah,
1886, which is pretty funny.
They should keep a werewolf count on the front of the box for every game that comes out. Just for a quick
Should be
reference.
right next to the ESRB rating.
Yeah.
What's weird to me though, having watched it, it's like, why didn't you put the Souls moniker on it? Because like I get if you want to like be like, hey, I'm Miyazaki. I want to fucking make a new game. I don't want to just be known for the Souls games. I want to make another game that is like totally, new and there's like cool new shit. But like having watched it, it straight up is just a Souls game with different names for things. Like,
really?
Yeah, like it is in no way different from any other Souls game.
It's more action heavy.
I mean, not really. No,
less defensive, more offensive.
Well, yeah, all right. I guess you can. There's no shields, so
there's like 2 shields.
Yeah, all right. I mean, yes, I guess so. But it's not like that. Doesn't it honestly is a no. It's a Souls game. Like it is just straight up a Souls game that isn't set in the same universe and isn't.
Maybe there's legal reasons. Maybe they didn't want to be part of that IP to be grouped together with other things for a contract reason that they can't get into.
Yeah, could be that. Could be that too. Certainly. So I don't know.
Also, it's just a name. I mean, everybody knows what it is.
Well, that's the thing, though, right? Is that was the thing that I mentioned was like, are people going to attach to Bloodborne, knowing that it's made by From Software, or are they going to be like, oh, this is like a Dark Souls ripoff, and not know that it's made by the same guy who invented the Souls series?
People are just like heading to Target to pick up a new game that don't necessarily have a lot of familiarity with developers and publishers and all that stuff. Could go see that and not have any idea whatsoever that it's from the same.
Maybe that's a good thing for them, because there's a lot of stigma built up around this franchise going, hey, this game's too fucking hard for anyone.
Yeah.
And then mainstream people hear that and they go, oh, that's a Souls game? Fuck that. I can't fight those monsters are too hard.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, and I will
people,
say,
then.
It's actually definitely, from what I've seen, and
Dennis.
again, I haven't played it, I'm definitely Dennis. Great YouTube channel name, by the way, if I do say so myself. I wonder who came up with it. But anyway, from what I've seen, it's definitely more Dark Souls 1 than it is Dark Souls 2. And it seems like the difficulty curve is a lot higher on Bloodborne than it is on Dark Souls 2.
As is the loading time, from what I've heard, too.
The loading time is ridiculous. I mean, it's stupid. It's actually stupid.
Especially when you have to load the whole thing to your hard drive anyway, right? That's how all Blu-rays seem to work. You just download the whole thing from the hard drive or install it.
It's weird, too, because apparently they're going to patch out the loading time. That's what they've said.
Oh.
They're just going to, it's like a cancer, and they're just going to get in there and cut it out.
So, they just didn't need to put the loading time in then.
What? I'm sorry?
They should have just, not put the loading time in then. Yeah. No, they should have just not put the loading time in then, if that's what they wanted. Just should have not put the loading time in then.
Should have not put the loading time in.
Should probably not put the loading time in.
Rob.
That's what I would say. Yeah. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, no, the loading time is absurd. Especially for that type of a game, right? Where, if you... since the death is rather punishing, you don't want people to have to sit and think about how shitty it was that they died. You want people to be able to jump right back in and continue.
Like Super Meat Boy proved that is a frictionless experience, and that's what we want all the time.
Exactly, yeah. You don't want anything that is not within the player's control to frustrate them. And a long loading time after a frustrating death is definitely something that will frustrate them that is not based on their own individual skill. Which is bad.
I'll just not die, then, if that's the option.
Yeah, you could do that, yeah.
It's just inefficient.
The fucking visceral attacks are fucking awesome. And the weapons are super cool as well in Bloodborne. Yeah. So
I don't know if they've made the UI look much better, though. I feel like that was still overly complex from what I've seen.
It is, yeah.
They really have trouble with the UI, it seems. Just that whole team.
Honestly, I don't know what they could specifically do to make it better within the frame of what they want to do, which is, not have pressing start or going into your inventory pause the game, But
I don't know, not have 100 boxes that all do things that aren't really obvious at first glance. They should be a little bit more utilitarian than that.
yeah,
I mean, everything is purposely veiled for the sake of lore, right? They want to make this level of opacity between you and the story. So you have to figure it out little by little, and I think that the UI even plays into that in some ways, just by being somewhat unintuitive.
yeah, yeah. It's definitely more intuitive than the other Dark Souls games, I'll say that. But it's still not great, honestly.
What I mean more specifically, by the way, because I know that was a little odd the way I just said that, like, all the items aren't necessarily quickly understandable, and they don't really go out of their way to explain them either, which is fine if that's how you want to do it, but, like, if you want to make it all action-y and real-timey, if you can't pause the game, like, when are you going to figure out that shit?
Yeah. I will, like, it's essentially, like, people were afraid that it's, like, you know, an action game and not an RPG game, like, and that was something that was causing fear in people's minds. I'll just say that from what I've seen, what that essentially boils down to is it is the same thing, except there are just simply less weapons. So you get, I think the intention for Bloodborne is that you get more attached. Your weapon, firstly, can do more things than an average, like a regular just sword in Dark Souls would do, because your weapon, when you two-hand, it actually, like, joins together from, like, the two-handed, or the two one-handed weapons that you had. So, like, for instance, the big giant axe, you can get this big-ass axe, and you snap it in half, and then it becomes a blunderbuss and a one-handed axe that has a different moveset. So I think the intention is just to make you more attached to the specific moves, or specific weapons, as opposed to giving you like 100 different weapons that all have the same move set but different stats to them. Right. And I think that's where the action-y thing comes in, but the rest of it is just Dark Souls, essentially. Like I was saying with the renaming of things, like so, like, you know, when you get a humanity is just called something else. There's the, you know, the soul of a nameless soldier or whatever, and there's the big souls and the small souls. They just changed that to a blood, like a thick blood dew and a other blood thing. It's the same thing. Souls are just called blood echoes, but they're souls. You still retrieve them in the same way. You get them from enemies, and it's you level up with your blood echoes. You upgrade your weapons to +1 or what have you. They're Estus flasks. Estus is a little bit different. One, you don't drink it, so that's a huge departure. That makes it different from the Souls games. It's like a vial, and you stab it into yourself, and you don't have, like, you know, 10 until the next bonfire. It's like you pick them up off of enemies, and you have like a 20 max cap. And
okay,
you use
so
them.
It's like life gems or herbs, only with a cap.
Sort of, yes, but it's not as annoying as life gems and herbs, because life gems and herbs, you have like a million of them, you have to switch between all this stuff. You just have a resource that's next to your true silver bullets, which you use for any ranged weapon, right? And it's the blood vials or whatever. Right. And you can purchase them if you want to get back to the 20 cap or whatever. But you just use them and you pick them up as you go. So it seems like there are less bonfires, which are lanterns, by the way, now, not bonfires. But this is what I mean. Like, it's Souls. It's a Souls game.
It's like a palette swap.
The only difference is the names. It is, yeah. Except it's like really well designed levels, really cool enemies, and the same kind of fighting that's in the original Dark Souls and Demon Souls, as opposed to the Dark Souls 2 have a bunch of hordes run at you and try to figure it out, you know?
It sounds cynical to say, and I know I'm coming across super cynical, and I'm actually pretty hyped to play this game, but I just really like the fantasy element more than the, like, Victorian London fucking werewolves and Van Helsing kind of shit. I'm just personally, thematically, I'd much rather go with the Dark Souls theme. Things being ethereal and ghostly is just so much more interesting to me than things that are just, like, from storybooks like that. I don't know.
I like the Gothic theme, but yeah, I mean, I'm preferable to the Dark Souls art theme as well, but I don't know. I don't think it takes away from the game, from what I've seen. It looks cool. I think it all looks cool. You're like this cool badass character too. I don't know. I like it. It looks cool. I haven't played it, like I said, so, you know, take everything that I say with a grain of salt. This is just from someone who has watched it. But I was initially very cynical about it, and I am a true believer now. It looks really fucking cool.
Really, why wouldn't they just make them bonfires? I don't really get it either.
They're lanterns now, Nick. It's not a Souls game. Come on now. This is Bloodborne. It's completely different IP.
There? Is it just like, so they like ran away with the old one and they're like, you know what, fuck you, we can do it better. We'll just change shit so it's basically the same, but we won't be able to tell.
Yeah. It seems weird. It's weird to me watching it and being like, that's why I said my initial thing, which is like, why not just call it a Souls game? You could put it in the same universe and put it farther along the timeline or something, and people would probably be really into that, and just keep bonfires and Estus and all the other stuff, because it's the same thing. Like, you haven't changed the primary mechanics of the game, you've just changed the names of the primary mechanics of the game, you know? Which is weird. To me, I guess.
Is there a reason?
I think...
Is there an adversarial relationship between the B team and Miyazaki?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think maybe it was partially like what I was saying, which is like Miyazaki wanted to maybe differentiate himself from just Souls. Maybe he felt like he was you know, didn't...
It's a shitty way to do it, though.
Yeah, and then, but also there could as well be the thing that you were saying, where there is a stigma with the Souls games, where people maybe don't want to buy into it because they know it's hard and they're afraid that it's hard. But then instead they'll see like, oh, look at this sweet badass hunter character shooting some werewolves and making explosions and stuff. That seems like something I could get into, and maybe it's partly that too. Who knows?
Seems disingenuous for it to be that, because then you're just trying to trick people into buying the game and have a new fresh start at making them annoyed at you again.
Yeah. Or maybe this is another possibility. Although I think this is a very unlikely possibility now that I'm mulling it over in my head. But this is a possibility, I guess. Maybe they did try to make a huge departure from the Souls games. You know, maybe they did really try to go to, like, you know, like a Devil May Cry style action game, and then realized that they had something that wasn't very good, and were like, okay, let's go back to what works and get some Souls mechanics in there. That I think is very unlikely, but it's, I guess, a possibility as well. Maybe. Who knows?
I mean, they had a long time to develop the thing. It was developed pretty much in parallel with Dark Souls 2 plus an extra year.
Yeah.
So, if they did have a realization like that, maybe they could have covered over it, but I just don't think they did. That seems like too much work still.
You know, maybe, here's another possibility, if we're continuing into the conjecture front. Here's a possibility. Maybe Miyazaki wanted to do a Dark Souls in, like, this Victorian Gothic setting, right? And From Software, or whoever pays the bills, essentially, were like, no,
the IP.
Yeah, Dark Souls is really popular. We had something really cool here. Let's not do that. And Miyazaki was like, all right, well, I mean, I could leave, or you could let me make my own game and then change the IP, essentially. And I think that's even a pretty likely possibility as well.
Decent, actually, as an explanation.
Because it would sort of make sense as to why he didn't want to make Dark Souls 2 in that case. If he really wanted to make, if he really liked this like time period and the cool, creepy shit that you can do in there, then maybe From Software, or like I said, whoever pays the bills, was like, no, we don't want to take that risk.
Right. And I guess, like, having them start on this roughly around the same time Dark Souls 2 was started, we're exposed to one more level of Dark Souls as sort of like a precedent that this is how the universe works that they didn't have when they started on the project. So in a way, they've reinforced it more times than necessarily were necessary when this all began. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, it probably would if I heard what you said.
Yeah, that's what I figured.
I didn't hear what.
All right, so we gotta like buy you some fucking headphones then. So like, just a pair of earbuds that you can plug in.
They're
like
usually
$5.
They're usually not bad if I have left them charging off for a long time, but for some reason right now, having turned them on, they're god awful and cutting out about every 10 to 15 seconds, which is
PayPal
great.
you $5, you can get a pair of earbuds.
Yeah, but they have to be really long in order to work. So
There's
kickstart that shit.
There's
man.
audio cables you can buy that are like
Yeah.
1/8" jack adapters even. You can just go forever.
I guess I might as well do that at this point because this is a fucking disaster. These things, they're awful. They're really fucking bad. And okay, maybe Nick and Bear don't espouse this, but I will say as AlpacaPatrol, Logitech G930s, stay the fuck away. These things are pieces of fucking trash and not worth a single goddamn penny of the $100 I spent on them.
Why would I
Right
not
on.
espouse that? Like,
I don't know.
I've
I
not
don't
been able to talk to you the majority of conversations we've had.
I just didn't want to, like take. Maybe you didn't want to say bad
No,
things about a
it's
company,
fine.
but I definitely do. I definitely do. These are fucking garbage. These are really like they just don't work. They're supposed to be headphones so I can listen to audio from my computer, but they don't do that. That's their primary function. They don't do. And when something where its primary function is not being done, that's a bad thing, essentially. That's like buying a hot dog, but it's made of stone so you can't eat it. Like, it's a bad hot dog. Maybe it's a good statue. Maybe
not
these,
even
maybe
be a
these
hot
headphones. Yeah, there you go. Maybe these
Did
aren't
you
even
buy
really
a
fucking
statue?
headphones. You know what, Nick? I hadn't looked into that.
Maybe they're for display purposes, and you're accidentally trying to get functionality out of them, and you shouldn't be doing that.
It's possible. It's possible.
You bought the stock model.
It's for posing for magazine shoots. It's not for using.
And the microphone on them is trash, by the way, too. So if you wanted to get it, like, honestly, the microphone on this is worse than the $10 disposable fucking headphones that I used to buy from the computer store near my house.
Disposable headphones.
Well, I say disposable because they generally broke within 3 months every time that you bought them.
Alright. I'm imagining like on an airplane.
Later.
Like,
Well-
yeah, you're for putting this in your ear once while you're on our plane, and then you throw it away.
Yeah. Yeah, basically. Yeah. Barry, you ever played the Souls games?
No, man, I had nothing to contribute to that whole
I'm
conversation.
sorry. There were several moments in which I started a thought and then made the thought very long-winded because my headphones died and I didn't want to let you guys know that they died like they
of
did
course.
just now, and I'm not letting you know because I'm just going to continue talking on this thought that doesn't really need any more reinforcement as to what I'm saying. So yeah, that tended to elongate the conversation. Sorry.
Yeah.
You excited for anything else coming out soon or?
Couple probably, if I looked into it, if I were more aware of the happenings of things.
Titan
All
Souls
right.
comes out soon. Everybody likes that game.
I played that at PAX. It's pretty good. Pretty good. Played the Game Jam version too. It's real interesting. I like it. I like it a lot.
Something about a gungeon. It's like a. It's like
Oh yeah, Enter
Nuclear
the
Throne.
Gungeon.
Have you guys played Pillars of Eternity?
Nope.
Heard good things.
Heard Nordline and Mathis talk about it a lot.
I really like it. I think people really don't like watching it streamed, is what I realized. Which is unfortunate because I don't know what to do with my characters because I want to keep playing the game, but I don't think people want to watch me play it.
Mm.
Well, it's kind of like an old school RPG, right? So it's a little bit
Yeah.
on the dry side.
It is. It's very on the dry side. There's minimal, or I shouldn't say minimal. There's like a medium amount of voiceover, and there should be a full amount of voiceover.
Right.
Honestly, at least for streaming purposes or YouTube-y purposes.
Right. I mean, that's kind of one of the things I stay away from if a game's overly dry like that.
Yeah. I was afraid of it, but I wanted to play it anyway because I liked it, and then my fears were realized. So, and I don't think I'm gonna play more of it, but I'll probably play more of it on my own. But it's very fun. If you're liking like in-depth RPGs, you'll like it. It's cool.
Word.
And you can customize your entire party. How cool is that?
That is pretty neat.
Why is that cool?
Because if you like customization. If you don't like customization...
No, I mean, what games can't you do that in? Like, why is that a feature we're worried about?
Well, you can customize your... Okay, well... I don't know, you probably haven't played around with the customization in that game, but there's basically like a million different types of characters that you can make. Probably more than that as far as permutations are concerned. So... And that's not counting actually just the aesthetic stuff, because with the aesthetic stuff there would be like a billion. But with just the other things that you can do with the character, there's a lot.
Can you give examples?
Okay, so when you try to set up your race, for example, you get male or female, which is pretty straightforward. They give you a little bit of lore about males and females and their roles in societies in different places in the universe of Pillars of Eternity. And then you get into the different races, and there's like 6 of those. And then, after you get into the races, you get to choose the different ethnicities of those races, of which most of them have 3 or more. Different ethnicities that all give different attributes and have different lore behind them. And then after that, you get to choose your class, I believe? There might be another thing before that. But yeah, you choose your class, which there are like 12 or something. And then after that, you get to choose of the skills of the class, which ones you want to pick first. Then you get to choose points and whatever in your attributes. And then you get to choose where your character came from, and there's like 12 or 15 of those, so you could be like an aristocrat, a hunter, like a mercenary or something. And then you get to choose, basically, you get the idea. There's loads of different options to differentiate your character.
It's so ambitious, they can't possibly be more than superficial.
Well, I mean, I guess they are in a way. Because it basically leads to different stats. So, like, each of those things gives you +1 into a certain category.
Right.
But the stat, like, each individual point in that game is so valuable that it's not super superficial. Because each of them unlocks different things. Like, and actually, you know what, now that I'm saying it, I just remembered it's totally not superficial. Because even in the first area where you're interacting with people, there are a couple of dialogue options that it's like, oh, well, if you had picked aristocrat, you could have this speech option and unlock a different potential speech blind path. So, like, there's lots of different things that each of those individual things actually affect on your character. Not just stats. There's also conversation stuff. So, yeah.
I mean, that's cool, but I just don't see why this is such a new concept. I think there's so many games have done the same thing.
They have, but not for a long time, and that's what Pillars of Eternity really is. Is that it's Planescape Torment, it's Baldur's Gate.
Right.
Except, nobody's done it in a while. And the art style looks like those games, and it looks really pretty, and it's nostalgic, and it's cool. The only thing that I wish is that it had full voiceover.
It's a lot of audio files, though, especially if it's ambitious, as you say.
It is, but I think you could get people to do it pro bono. I mean, shit, I would.
Mm-hmm.
I would do that shit for free. If they wanted to do it that way. But
yes, they don't.
Did you just ask a question?
No, I was just waiting for your headphones to come back.
Oh, no.
So we've really got to get you some headphones, like, by the next time we record.
Yeah.
This, like, really does affect the way that we record.
Yeah, it does. I guess I'll just have to go out and get them or something. God damn it.
Man.
Why can't you return them?
Well, it's been a while now.
Has it?
Yeah.
30 days?
It's been longer than 30 days, yeah.
Where'd you get them from?
It's been like 4 months, 3 months. So.
Did you get them from Amazon?
I think so. I don't remember.
I bet they'll return them, man. You tell them they straight up were fucking broken, they'll return them for you.
Yeah, maybe. There's still one more thing that I need to do, that I have to go into the registry and change some shit. And I'll try that. And if that fixes it, it'd be great. If it doesn't, fuck off, Logitech G930 headphones. You're pieces of shit. Shit garbage. But also, technology just hates me. So, you know. In all likelihood, any headphones that I get are going to be garbage.
Well, if they're not wireless, they probably won't disconnect constantly. There's that right out of the way right then.
Yeah, that's true. But the last time I got some, like, expensive headphones, I don't remember what company it was, that were wired. I think, like, the headphone piece itself fell off after, like, 3 or 4 months, and it was like, well, what's the point? What's the point? What's the fucking point of spending the extra money?
Go to the fucking dollar store and buy some $5 over-your-ear headphones, and they will at least work until you can get something better.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know, but I did that for a long time until I got these. And I was expecting them to work. So, like, how much do you have to spend, realistically, to get good headphones? Because I thought it was $100. I was mistaken. Apparently, $100 is fucking just... It's made with, like, plastic made in North Korea or something.
Wow. North Korean plastic. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, it's not good. You don't want North Korean plastic. They've got, like, dead bodies and stuff in there.
Yep.
And, you know,
human rights
sadness.
violations.
Yeah, a bunch of human rights violations inside of the plastic. I don't want that.
Right up in there.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'm guessing most likely if you bought a different pair of $100 wireless headphones, you might have a different experience. It could just be this one pair.
See, I don't know. I don't know, because I was very extensive in my research on the headphones, and these were like the best for that price range, like with reviews wise and like problems that I could work around. Like other ones had like a low humming at all times and stuff, and it's like, why would I want that? That sounds awful. But I wasn't expecting these to not work at all. So.
Well, if you put your ear next to any speaker, it's going to have a little low hum to it.
I guess, yeah. But I mean, these don't have one that's noticeable, at least.
Right.
So, I don't know. Fuck Logitech G930 headphones. Suck my balls, Logitech G930. Maybe I should just email a company and be like, hey, you want to sponsor me and give me some free headphones?
Yeah, right after you'd sell this company to suck your balls.
Yeah, well, I mean, I wouldn't do that if they gave me free pair of headphones, but I might just not use them if they're awful.
Mm-hmm.
So
maybe try Corsair. They're not terrible.
I might do that.
Tell you, this keyboard is like fucking great.
Yeah, well, you know, I have this
too.
Logitech mouse that's like the Razer Naga, except not shit awful, and it's really good.
Alright, so maybe just they have a division that makes some shitty headphones, but it doesn't mean the whole company's bad. I mean, I have a webcam by them. I used to have a keyboard that I thought was fine. I've got speakers and a mouse by them, and they're all fine.
Yeah, I mean, I like Logitech. That's why I went with the Logitech G930s, or one of the reasons, is because I like Logitech. But their G930s are fucking awful! They suck so many dicks! More than one!
So you're, like, unsatisfied.
I'm extremely unsatisfied by these headphones. But, anyway, that's enough bitching and moaning. I think we could probably end around here, unless you guys have anything else to talk about.
Good.
I wish I had something happier to bring up, just because it's like an episode of just drudgery and anger and complaining, but nah, I don't.
I like Google Feud.
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
It's fine. It's just so hard.
Yeah,
I don't think the idea with that, from what I saw when you guys were playing it, I don't think the idea with it is to actually get all of the responses. It's to get as many as you can.
It's to be shocked by what the actual results are.
That too, yeah. I think that's where the humor is supposed to come in, is be like, what?
Mm-hmm.
So
I like Brawlhalla a lot.
Yeah, that game's really fun.
I can play that for 2 hours every so often. And it works online too.
Mm-hmm.
Didn't catch a word.
No, I said it works online.
Yeah, it really does. Like, we had zero problems with it.
Yep.
I mean, other than the lobby system is kind of convoluted and weird.
Yeah, with the code, I guess that could be streamlined a bit.
Yeah. But beyond that, I mean, like, it works without any latency issues either. Like, I didn't see any latency problems whatsoever. So, which is impressive for a fighting game, honestly, especially an indie one.
Is that not out yet?
Brawlhalla?
Yeah.
No.
Early access.
Yeah, it's in early access.
Yeah, that's one
It's
that
gonna
when
be
it's
free to
done,
play.
seems awesome. Oh, it's gonna be free to play. I kind
Yes.
of wish it
Yeah.
wasn't, honestly.
Well, they're gonna there's gonna be a bunch of different weapons that you can unlock and different skins and stuff like that. They had a bunch of different types of skins at the Brawlhalla booth at PAX, and they were pretty cool.
Yeah,
So,
I'd pay $15 for it.
yeah.
Mhm.
Well, you probably could.
No, I mean I don't want to if it's gonna be free, but if they made it $15, I would buy it.
Yeah. I think what they want, when you have like a free-to-play game, especially if it's something that is traditionally competitive, is you want there to be a chance at an esports element. And I think that's probably what they're thinking. That would be my guess. Because, like, you could look at, like, Awesome Knots, right? And
Yeah.
it's a similar concept. It's like a light so like Brawlhalla is like a light version of a fighting game, or just Smash, really.
just
But
Smash.
but in theory, like Smash is a light version of a fighting game, with depth. Whereas Awesome Knots is a light version of a MOBA game with depth. But they didn't go the free-to-play route. They went the paid route, and I'm sure a lot of people played it and are still play it to this day, but it's not an esport at all, and it probably can't be. And honestly, largely people attribute the downfall of StarCraft 2 in esports to the fact that it's just not free to play. So it's impossible to get people in the door.
But games with MOBA elements they're pretty deep and require quite a bit of learning and time spent on them usually to get the most out of them. And I think having to pay for that is the wrong way to go. Like when people are just
RTS
going to
too.
get frustrated. But
Yeah.
a fighting game, you can immediately get that it's action-packed and easy to understand. That is something I don't think you really need to have a huge...
True-ish. However, you have to
is.
keep in mind that people do have there is like a stigma around fighting games too.
Brawl. Everybody loves Brawl.
Yeah, they do, but they can't market it as like, "Hey, we made Super Smash Brothers for the PC," because they're gonna get sued. So you can't market
but it's
it like
not.
that.
It's not actually. It's all new characters. It's a slightly different style of play. It's not like they could market it as that style of game without it being infringing on anything.
Yeah, maybe, but at the same time, I don't know. I also it seems
League
like
of
there's-
Legends would sue Dota then, and vice versa. It doesn't you don't have to do that.
Yeah, but yeah. But anyway, we should continue this conversation later onwards because we have new episodes Mondays and Fridays. So thanks for joining us, everybody, and come back soon. You're wonderful people.
Later.
Bye. Bye.